Living in Portland, you're immediately aware that you are surrounded by a completely vivacious music scene. This is Joff of Western Aerial, who last year won PDXposed Best Band in Portland.
I'm going to be talking with some of the guys from the board, including Terry Courier.
I get to talk to Art Alexakis of Everclear, Quarter Flash, Doc Severinsen, people that you had absolutely no idea were from Oregon. They're going to be inducted tonight.
I am here with a pillar of the musical community. Mr. Terry Courier, one of the inductees tonight is Elliott Smith.
With him passing away, it was a great, great loss, not only to our own music community here within the state, but throughout the world. We're just not inducting people into a Hall of Fame. One of the major things we do is to try to raise money for music education.
It's a way for us to be able to give back to the schools that have actually had their music programs removed from budget cuts.
Let's talk about getting inducted. What's the criteria? What do you got to do here?
The induction criteria requires you to have either been born in Oregon and having had an impact on the music industry for 20 years, or moved to Oregon and have performed in Oregon professionally as a musician for 20 years.
I don't want to be downtown. I don't want to do it.
Talk to me a little bit about the Portland music scene. Why is that so special?
Well, I mean, it's special for anyone that's here. This is our home. This is what we do. I moved here 16 years ago, and if it wasn't for the Portland music scene, I wouldn't have had the life and the career that I've had. I mean, this is where Everclear was invented. This is where we all met. This is where we started, and this is where we've always been from. We've always been a Portland band.
I want everybody out there to give a warm Portland welcome for Mark Lindsay and Everclear.
So we have the one and only, the legendary Mark Lindsay here today, who's being inducted, right?
I'm inducted into the Oregon Music Hall of Fame, and I'm sitting here with Charlie Gruhl, and you're asking me about it.
You're a busy man. I mean, you've had a rock and roll career, then you went into radio, and now you've opened the Rock and Roll Cafe.
What's next?
First, you're a big rock star, and then what do you do?
Well, I stopped performing about 2 or 3 years ago, and this restaurant thing just kind of happened, and the radio show kind of happened, and one thing led to another, and I'm waiting to see what's happening next, quite frankly.
They used to have these playoffs with Louie Louie on the radio, and we never won here in town. The Raiders usually won, or the original one.
Everybody that learns to play guitar at some point or another plays Louie Louie, and when I learned it, I tried to copy your solo. So.
Thank you very much. Thank you, and to all those poor kids that had to play it at every high school football game, we thank them very much too.
Legendary Portland band Shock, and I'm here with Roger Sauce, who is the writer.
Shock did 3 records on fantasy. He had quite a few like funk R&B hits. One of them was kind of a classic.
Had the experience to go all over the United States of America and play with some of the greats before me and live some of my dream come trues, you know.
So the biggest part about the night is the fact that awards are given out. And here we have Blake Sakamoto of the Dan Reed Network, who has just won one. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Awesome honor.
Yeah, that's Blake.
Touring with the Stones was awesome. You're doing a summer of stadiums with the Stones. Can't beat that for what I did for my summer.
We're after the elusive Mason Williams. I'm such a huge fan of classical gas, as is everybody. The man behind the tune.
Oh, I wrote it back in 1967, and I was a comedy writer for the Smothers Brothers show. And when I'd burn out on writing comedy, I'd pick up my guitar and work out a bar or two. And so it was kind of written in between all those comedy bits for all kinds of people.